There are 3 SUVs sitting on used car lots right now that salespeople are practically begging you to notice, and every mechanic I know is quietly buying them for their own driveways. These are not project vehicles. These are not good for the price compromises. I am talking about SUVs that will hit 250,000 miles with nothing but basic maintenance, selling for thousands less than they should because of one frustrating reason. The average buyer has no idea they exist. After 22 years of turning wrenches, I have watched people overpay for RAV4 and CRV models while these three just sit there, collecting dust and dealer lot bird droppings, waiting for someone smart enough to notice. And SUV, number one, that one has been my personal recommendation for the past 4 years. I have put dozens of customers into them, and the feedback is always the same. Why doesn't anyone talk about this thing? Today, I am counting down my 3 most underrated SUVs currently rotting on dealer lots. These are the ones that offer near Lexus quality at Kia level prices. I am going deepest on number 1 because that is the one that could genuinely change how you shop for a 3-row family hauler. Let's get into it. Number 3 is the Buick Envision from 2019 to 2022. This SUV makes almost no sense on paper. It is a luxury compact crossover with near-premium interior quality, a whisper-quiet cabin, excellent safety ratings, and it is depreciating like it is made of paper. You can pick one up right now for under $18,000. Let me explain why that is insane. I had a customer come in about 8 months ago. She was a professional woman in her early 50s looking for something comfortable for her commute, something that felt premium without the premium price tag. She had been looking at a 2020 Lexus NX with 62,000 miles. The dealer wanted $31,000. I asked if she had considered the Envision. She laughed and said the Envision was for old people. I pulled up a 2020 Buick Envision Premium 2 with the turbocharged engine, same mileage, listed for $17,500. That was $13,500 less for a vehicle that is mechanically just as sound and in some ways better equipped. She bought it 2 weeks later. 6 months in, 0 issues. Her text last month said she felt like she got away with something. Here is what nobody tells you about the second generation Envision from 2019 to 2020 and the completely redesigned model from 2021 onward. Buick finally stopped making compromises. The first generation Envision from 2016 to 2018 had real problems: electrical gremlins, head restraint issues, brake system complaints. Stay away from those years. Starting in 2019, Buick cleaned house and the complaints dropped dramatically. The 2019 and 2020 models used GM 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder or the optional 2-liter turbocharged engine, both paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission that has been refined over years of production. The 2021 redesign went even further. The car is lower, wider, with more premium materials inside, and Buick's quiet tuning technology that uses triple-door seals, acoustic laminated glass, and active noise cancellation. This thing is quieter than some luxury sedans that cost twice as much. Now, let us talk numbers, because this is where the Envision becomes a no-brainer. According to Kelley Blue Book, a 2020 Buick Envision has depreciated roughly 45% over the past 3 years. A 2021 model has dropped about 34 to 36% in the same time frame. For comparison, a Lexus NX loses around 35% over 5 years. The Buick hits that depreciation cliff much faster, which is bad for the first owner and fantastic for you. Current market prices: a 2020 Envision Premium with 60,000 miles runs $16,200 to $19,000. A comparable 2020 Lexus NX with similar mileage is $28,000 to $32,000. That is a $12,000 difference for vehicles that will cost you roughly the same to maintain over the next 5 years. RepairPal gives the Envision solid reliability marks for the 2019 and newer models. Annual maintenance costs average around $612, which is actually cheaper than the industry average for compact luxury sport utility vehicles. The probability of a major repair is low when you stick with the 2019 and newer model years. When you are shopping for an Envision, follow this inspection checklist. First, verify the model year. I cannot stress this enough. 2016 to 2018 models had real problems. 2019 and newer is where reliability improved dramatically. Do not let a low price on a 2017 tempt you. Second, check the infotainment screen responsiveness. Some early models had touchscreen lag issues. Run through all the menus. If the system is sluggish, negotiate $300 off for a potential head unit replacement down the road. Third, test the active noise cancellation. Turn off the radio and drive on the highway at 70 miles per hour. If you hear excessive wind noise or tire roar, something is wrong with the system. Fourth, inspect the leather seats for premature wear. The Envision has good interior materials, but some owners report seat bolster wear on higher mileage examples. It is easy to spot and easy to negotiate on. Who should buy the Envision? Anyone who wants a quiet, comfortable, well-equipped compact SUV without paying the luxury brand tax. Empty nesters, professionals with long commutes, anyone who values refinement over badge prestige. Who should skip it? If you need 3 rows, look elsewhere. The Envision is a 2-row vehicle. If you plan to resell in 3 years, the depreciation continues, so buy something with better resale. And if you care what the neighbors think about your driveway, the Buick badge might not impress them, but your bank account will thank you. Bottom line on the Envision. You are getting 85% of the Lexus NX experience at 55% of the cost. The only reason this SUV is cheap is because it says Buick on the grille, and people think that is their grandmother's brand. If you think the Envision is overlooked, wait until you hear about number 2. Number 2, Acura RDX from 2019 to 2022. Number 2 is a luxury compact SUV with Honda reliability, a turbocharged engine that actually delivers, and it is depreciating like Acura owes you money personally. I have been tracking this for 3 years now. Every time a third-generation RDX rolls into my shop, I brace myself for nothing, because there is usually nothing wrong with them. Let me tell you about a customer who almost made a very expensive mistake. He came in last spring, early 30s, an engineer, and he wanted something sporty but practical. He was dead set on a 2020 BMW X3 with the M Sport package. Beautiful vehicle, no question. The dealer wanted $38,000 with 55,000 miles on it. I asked him one question: have you driven the Acura RDX? He looked at me like I had suggested a minivan. I pulled up listings on my phone. A 2020 Acura RDX A-Spec with super handling all-wheel drive, 48,000 miles, $24,500. That is $13,500 less than the BMW. Same horsepower and a better reliability track record, Honda build quality. He drove both back-to-back and bought the Acura. That was 14 months ago. You know what he has spent on repairs? $187, an oil change, and a cabin filter. Meanwhile, his buddy with the X3 just dropped $2,400 on a water pump and thermostat. Here is what the market does not understand about the third-generation RDX that started in 2019. Acura did not just update this SUV, they rebuilt it from the ground up, and they got it right. The two liter turbocharged 4-cylinder produces 272 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. That is nearly identical to the old naturally aspirated V6, but with significantly better low-end torque. The 10-speed automatic transmission is smooth and responsive. Some early owners complained about the transmission calibration being hesitant, but Acura addressed this with software updates. If you are buying used, make sure the latest updates have been applied. The super handling all-wheel drive system is genuine engineering, not marketing. It can send up to 70% of torque to the rear wheels and actively distribute power side to side. This thing handles like a sports sedan, not a crossover. IC Cars gives the RDX an overall quality rating of 8.4 out of 10 and ranks it second out of 29 luxury compact SUVs. The reliability rating is 8.5 out of 10. These are not subjective opinions. This is data from millions of vehicles. Now here's the depreciation story that should make you very interested. The 2019 and 2020 RDX both lose approximately 46% of their value after 5 years. That sounds bad until you realize you are buying a vehicle that started around $40,000 to $48,000, depending on trim. A 2019 RDX that's stickered for $45,000 is now selling for $22,000 to $28,000 with reasonable mileage. Compare that to a 2019 Lexus NX, which loses about 35% in the same period, but started at a similar price point. The Lexus holds value better, but you are paying a premium upfront for that privilege. If you are keeping the vehicle long-term and do not care about resale, the Acura makes more financial sense. Current market prices look like this. A 2019 Acura RDX technology with 60,000 miles runs $22,000 to $26,000. The comparable 2019 Lexus NX 300F Sport with similar mileage is $28,000 to $33,000. That is a $6,000 to $7,000 difference for comparable vehicles. Maintenance costs on the RDX are low. You are looking at Honda and Acura parts pricing, which is significantly cheaper than German luxury brands. An oil change at the dealer runs about $80. Brake pads, maybe $280 for the front. This is not a vehicle that will bankrupt you at the service counter. When you are test driving a used RDX, pay attention to a few things. First, the infotainment touchpad. This is Acura's controversial true touchpad interface. Some people love it, some people hate it. Make sure you can actually use it before committing. It takes about a week to get comfortable with it. Second, check for any hesitation during acceleration from a stop. The early transmission calibration on some 2019 models was hesitant. If you feel a delay when you press the gas, ask the dealer to confirm the software has been updated. Third, listen for any unusual sounds from the turbocharger during hard acceleration. The turbo is reliable, but high mileage examples should be checked. A whistling or grinding sound is a red flag. Fourth, verify all the recalls have been completed. There was a fuel pump recall and a seatbelt recall that affected models from 2019 to 2020. It is easy to check with the vehicle identification number, and dealers will do the work for free if it has not been done. Who should buy the RDX? Anyone who wants a sporty, reliable, well-equipped luxury SUV without the German repair bills. Enthusiast drivers who need practicality. Anyone upgrading from a Honda CR-V who wants more power and refinement. Who should skip it? If you need 3 rows, the RDX is a 5-seater only. If you want maximum cargo space, the RDX is tighter than some competitors. And if you absolutely must have a traditional gear lever, the RDX's push-button shifter might annoy you. Here is the mechanic math on the RDX. Buy it for $24,000, drive it for 100,000 miles, and spend maybe $3,500 on maintenance total. Your cost per mile is going to be among the lowest in the luxury compact SUV segment. This is a vehicle that makes financial sense. All right, that was number 2. This last one, number 1, is the SUV I recommend more than any other to families who ask what 3-row vehicle to buy. And almost everyone pushes back at first because they have never heard of it in the same sentence as the Toyota Highlander until they drive one. If this kind of straight talk is helping you out, hit that subscribe button. I've got more videos coming on the SUVs dealerships push versus the ones that actually make sense. Number 1, Mazda CX9, 2017 to 2022. Number 1 is a 3-row SUV with an interior that rivals vehicles costing $20,000 more. Handling that embarrasses the competition. Reliability comparable to Toyota, and it is selling for $8,000 to $12,000 less than a comparable Highlander because the average buyer thinks Mazda only makes small cars. They are wrong, and that ignorance is your opportunity. Let me tell you about the conversation that changed how I recommend 3-row SUVs. About 3 years ago, a family came in. Dad, Mom, and 2 kids under 10 needed a 3-row for weekend activities and summer road trips. They had test-driven the Toyota Highlander, the Honda Pilot, and the Ford Explorer. They had their checkbook ready for a 2019 Highlander Limited with 58,000 miles. The dealer wanted $32,000. I asked one question. Did anyone show you the Mazda CX9? Dead silence. They had never considered it. I walked them outside to my lot where I had a customer's 2019 CX9 Grand Touring I had just finished servicing. Same mileage range, same feature set. The going price at the time was $24,000. They sat inside. The dad literally said, "This feels like a Lexus." He was not wrong. Mazda's interior quality on the second-generation CX9 is genuinely premium. Real stitched leather, authentic metal trim, soft touch materials everywhere your hands actually go. This is not fake luxury. This is the real thing at a mainstream price. They bought a CX9 Grand Touring 2 weeks later. That was 3 years ago. I have serviced it 4 times since. Total repair costs outside of maintenance, $0. Not a single unexpected issue. They put 45,000 miles on it without a hiccup. Here is what nobody understands about the second-generation CX9 from 2016 onwards. Mazda did not build a 3-row SUV. They built a driver's car that happens to have 3 rows. The 2.5-liter turbocharged Skyactiv G engine produces 250 horsepower on regular fuel and 227 on premium. The torque is the key number here. 320 pound-feet available at just 2,000 revolutions per minute. That is diesel-like low-end grunt that makes the CX9 feel faster than the numbers suggest. The engine uses a timing chain, not a timing belt. That means no $1,200 timing belt replacement at 100,000 miles. The chain is designed to last the life of the engine. The 6-speed automatic transmission is proven and refined. Some competitors went with CVT or dual clutch units that have questionable long-term reliability. Mazda stuck with what works. RepairPal gives the CX9 a reliability rating of 4.0 out of 5.0 and ranks it first out of 14 midsize SUVs. J.D. Power awarded it 81 out of 100 for dependability. Consumer Reports rates the 2017 through 2022 models as above average for predicted reliability. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the Toyota Highlander comparison. A 2019 Toyota Highlander Limited with 70,000 miles currently runs $28,000 to $33,000. A 2019 Mazda CX9 Grand Touring with similar mileage is $20,000 to $25,000. That is an $8,000 to $10,000 difference for SUVs that are functionally equivalent in terms of space and capability. Yes, the Toyota has better resale value. The Highlander loses about 39% of its value in 5 years, while the CX9 loses around 47 to 50%. But here's the thing. If you are buying used, you want the vehicle that depreciated faster. That depreciation already happened to someone else. You are buying the car after the cliff. The CX9's interior quality is arguably better than the Highlander's. The driving dynamics are in a completely different league. The Highlander is comfortable and competent. The CX9 is actually engaging to drive. It corners flat, the steering has real feel, and the suspension is tuned for drivers who care. Automotive journalists have been saying this for years. Consumer Reports called it a hidden gem. Auto Guide did a direct comparison and gave the CX9 the win over the Highlander XSE, specifically citing interior quality, driving dynamics, and value. When you're shopping for a CX9, here is my inspection checklist. Check the turbocharger recall. Some 2018 to 2019 models had a fuel pump recall that affected the low-pressure fuel pump. Dealers will fix this for free. Verify the work has been done. Look at the model year carefully. The 2016 models had early adoption issues with infotainment screens and minor electrical gremlins. 2017 and newer are significantly more refined. If possible, aim for 2018 or later. Test the infotainment system thoroughly. Mazda updated the system for 2019 to include Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Earlier models can be retrofitted, but it is easier to buy one that already has it. Inspect the paint around the wheel wells and rocker panels. The CX9 sits lower than many competitors, and some owners in harsh climates report rock chip accumulation. Not a reliability issue, but a cosmetic one worth noting. Check the cargo area dimensions. The CX9 has about 14 cubic feet behind the third row, which is less than the Highlander's 16 cubic feet. If you regularly haul large cargo with all seats occupied, this might matter to you. Who should buy the CX9? Families who want a 3-row SUV that does not drive like a 3-row SUV. Anyone who values interior quality over badge prestige. Buyers smart enough to let someone else take the depreciation hit. People who actually enjoy driving and do not want to sacrifice that just because they need space. Who should skip it? If you need maximum towing capacity, the CX9 is rated for 3,500 pounds. The Highlander does 5,000 pounds. If you are buying to resell in 3 years, the Toyota's better resale value makes more sense. And if you need serious off-road capability, neither the CX9 nor the Highlander is the right answer. Get a 4Runner. Here is my final take on the CX9. This is the best 3-row SUV value on the used market. Period. You get a premium interior, engaging driving dynamics, proven reliability, and a price tag that makes the competition look overpriced. The only reason this SUV sits on lots while Highlanders fly off is name recognition. Mazda does not have Toyota's marketing budget, but they have equally good engineers. Final thoughts. So, there it is. 3 SUVs that the market forgot, but mechanics did not. The Buick Envision has a whisper-quiet cabin and a premium feel. It is depreciating dramatically because nobody under 60 thinks about Buick. The Acura RDX blends Honda reliability with sporty dynamics. Many buyers overlook it because they assume you need a German badge for driving excitement. The Mazda CX9 is the best-kept secret in the three-row SUV market, with a premium interior and engaging driving dynamics. It is priced like people do not know what it is, because they do not. You now know 3 SUVs you can buy for under $25,000 that will outlast vehicles twice their price. Next time you are on a dealer lot and the salesman tries to push you toward an overpriced RAV4 or a 3-year-old German lease return with questionable maintenance history, you will know better. If you want to know which SUVs have actually earned legendary status in the shop, the ones that refuse to die no matter how their owners treat them, I did a whole video on that. 4 SUVs that mechanics genuinely respect, with the numbers to prove it. That is 22 years of watching what breaks and what does not. Like if it helped. Subscribe for more car advice. I will keep giving you the truth dealerships will not. Drive safe. Take care of your car, and it will take care of you. Take it or leave it. I will see you in the next one.